was really nothing that, like, dramatic. I don't have a fever or anything. I just have, like, I don't know if it's, like, fall allergies or stuffiness, but, yeah, I really didn't feel good. When did I get sick? Like, Sunday morning, like, early Sunday morning. Like, Saturday night, I started to feel a little off. Sunday morning, I, like, really didn't feel good. Sunday all day, I just kind of slept, and then yesterday I felt I was like, okay, yesterday I was like, this is a little bit better, and then today I felt a lot better. Like, I ran 2 miles today, and, like, was faster than I usually am. I just sound a little strange. So I have a cough drop, but yeah, pray for Mr. Redacted. Now he's sick, and it seems to be hitting him harder. I feel bad. I shouldn't laugh. But anyway, I'm just gonna wait for some people to join. I don't know how to feel, not about my sickness, but about my stream topic. Can I just say, like, I did this so last minute because I was sick. That's also part of the reason I told you that. Because what I was going to do is, like, work on this Sunday evening and Monday and, like, live my life and whatever, but then I didn't feel good. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do it Tuesday. And then today was Tuesday and something else came up that I needed to do. So I didn't start this till, like, that's a lie. I did a little bit of it on Monday. Monday I made, like, a rough outline of her pre-craziness and cancellations, and so I had that, but I really didn't start this till like 1 p.m. today, and then I was like, oh my god, and so I really had to lock in. Like, I haven't had to lock in months. I haven't locked in a very long time, and I locked in. I need to email the fabulous woman that does my, like, background, because I made my screen bigger, and I like it bigger, but obviously you can see it, like, things need to be readjusted for this being bigger. So I think, yeah, I'm going to talk to her about that. Alex Extraordinary, thank you for subscribing for 2 months. Thank God you're alive. I have COVID and need something interesting. I'm sorry you have COVID. That sucks. And yeah, as someone who was just sick, watching TV while you're sick is the best. I was watching My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, which I know that is a slur, but it is the title of the show, and they came up with it. So I don't know how else to refer to that show. Let's go ahead and get into this. I'm an ex-Gabbie fan, and I'm invested. Okay, before we get into this, let's do a poll about, like, how familiar are you? It's just for my Twitch people. Sorry, I don't know how to poll on other ones. Are you with Gabbie? I always forget her name has an E. If I misspell it at any point in the stream, I just always thought it was with an I. I think because her last name is Hanna with no H, my brain just, like, switches them. How familiar are you with Gabbie? Not at all. Know her from Vine, but not. Okay, I just made a poll. That's the most options I've ever put on a poll. How familiar are you with Gabbie? Not at all. I know her Vines, but not really much. Medium, maybe you followed her on some stuff, seen her YouTube videos. You know most of her stuff, or, like, you're locked in, you know everything. I knew her Vines. I had seen some clips of her on YouTube, but I didn't watch the Vlog Squad stuff. I never even followed her on Vine. I just kind of saw her. Also, I just want to say, this fucking cough drop, but it is helping. If you see me with this, I am not a smoker. I do not smoke cigarettes. These are fake cigarettes from that video I made about teaching in the 1970s, which I will be making more of, and it's just on my desk, so I'm kind of fidgeting with it. That's what's happening here. The Spicy Boys Moms. Okay, interesting username. Okay, so we have obligatory first-time live watching comment. Aw, I love when we have first-time people. My Instagram post about this did numbers, so I thought we might have some first-time people here. What was I about to say? Okay, so I was not super familiar with her. I, like, had seen some of her Vines, and then when she had, like, gone viral for some concerning reasons, I had seen a little bit of that, so that's how she was on the list. But most of what I know about her, I learned through this, and I just don't know how to feel about her. Like, I think it seems like traumatized from something. It seems like she has some mental health issues, but also she's done, like, so many not chill things and said so many not chill things, and I'm like, you can only be so forgiving up to a point. Like, when you keep making mistake after mistake after mistake, and a lot of them are really similar, you know? So tonight has a fair amount of info. I saw a couple people talking about next week. Can I just say, I picked the topic for next week over a month ago. Like, you guys know how I plan decently in advance, and maybe like a month ago, y'all would have heard me be like, oh, I need to plan out. I'll plan out in the next couple days. And then I did. So that's been on the list before the last 2 weeks. Before the events of the last 2 weeks, that's been on the list. That's been on, and not just the list, like the schedule. Well, okay. What I should have said is not been on the list. What I should have said is that has for over a year. I have like a big list of ideas that I have and random links. And then when I plan out a couple weeks in advance, I just pick things from that list and put them in an order that I feel like is good. I keep burping. I just say dinner. What I made for dinner was really good. It's one of my favorite dinners. I made pasta salad and I made chicken tenders. Not like fried chicken tenders, like chicken tenders. I like put a marinade on them and did them in a pan. They were really good. Can't wait to talk about makeup brushgate because I had a major debate with my coworkers about it. The last 2 weeks felt like 4 months. FBI gonna get you. Don't bring that up. Like, don't bring that up. They don't need to be here. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have a lot of slides. She's done a lot. Who is this woman? Gabbie Hanna, Vine and YouTube. There's a picture of her with a fan. She's the one in the black jacket. So obviously I could not include everything about her. She's been on the internet for years. She's been making content for years. Obviously, we can't watch all of it within 2 hours. Fucking obviously. So I tried to get some of like the biggest moments and put them roughly in order. So this goes in a rough chronological order, but I felt like it would have made it confusing to make it exclusively chronological. So it'll be like her beef with this person, her beef with this person. So some of them have overlap in the years. So I hope that it lives up to you all's expectations. A lot of people were really excited I was covering her, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like you all know more than me. So if on the poll, you were one of the people that was like, I am locked in, I know like every fucking detail, you are my elite employee tonight, okay? I researched a lot, but there's only so much that's in articles. Like, you guys are a living history, and you guys are an oral history, because all the articles I'm reading obviously don't pick up on like what you guys were saying about it during the time and every Reddit thread and things like that. So I did go back and find tweets and find things like I always do, but I was like, you guys lived through this. Like, you watched it as it was happening. So I'm sure there's connections that you've made that journalists, I don't know if I want to call myself a journalist, like don't know because you guys lived it. So like, I'm ready for you. Also, people asking if I had my hair blown out. Kind of. On Friday, I got a haircut and she blew it out, and I have not washed it since then. But this is like, it's been in a bun. I've slept on it. I ran today and yesterday. So, yeah. Fraz with the hard-hitting questions. I DM'd with her once. I didn't even see. Oh, not tonight. Tonight of all night. The FBI is in this Chili's tonight. We back? We back? Are we back? Not yet? Did Gabbie shut us down? Miss Redacted got raptured on live stream. No, I'm not raptured. I've returned. Welcome, Lemur Banana. Okay, are we back? I forgot what I was saying. Did you guys hear what I was saying about her coming from a big family and how I think like really big families can sometimes be a little bit of a tell? Were you here for that? Let me know if you were here for that. I'll give everybody a second to regather ourselves. Hopefully that's the last problem we have tonight. No, we did not. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. We were absent. We back, bitch. Okay. So she was born in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Did you see this? Did you see my explanation of how, like, it goes in a rough chronological order, but some of the events overlap? Did you see that? I just need to gather all of us together here. My hair is short now. Not really. Yeah, okay. So this is where we left off. There's a hair on me. And my hair's not short, but it is to me. She grew up in suburban Pennsylvania, third of 6 children. I think that big families, and when I say a big family, to me, a big family is more than 4 kids. Like, more than 4 kids, I'm like, that's a lot of people. And just as someone who does care for children as a job, it does seem quite overwhelming to be in charge of 6 people's development. So I'm not saying that's what made her like this, but it's very evident to me that she's had some trauma in her life, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Her father is Lebanese. Her mother is French and Polish. She said she had a very tough upbringing. Whenever people say, like, oh, I had a tough childhood, especially if a public figure says that, that means they know their parents are going to see it, probably. Not the best sign. She said she nearly fell into homelessness a few times as a child, but that's something she's still unpacking. She also said she had a long history of being bullied as a child, an experience she still deals with online from her former friends as well as total strangers. Representation for middle kids. I got more than two kids is a big family to me. Really? First time turning in live, typing for my wife who is currently convulsing because she loves you so much. Oh my God. Tell her to, like, take a deep breath or have a glass of wine or something. I don't know. So, this I did not know about her. She graduated from the University of Pittsburgh. She has a degree in psychology and communications. I say this as someone who's very interested in psychology. For someone to major in psychology, something's, like, wrong with you. Not in a mean way, but in, like, for you to be like, what makes people like that means it has, like, a deep meaning to you. So, like, something's going on there. And I considered majoring in psychology. Would you ever consider making merch again? Yes, I absolutely would. But I only want to do it with, like, people that know what they're doing. Because I felt like it was so much work, and I wasn't, like, super thrilled with how it turned out. So, like, not that it was bad, but I feel like it could have slayed so much harder than it did. Like, I feel like the pieces that slayed. But overall, it wasn't as much of a slay as it could have been. So if I was going to do it, I'd want to do it with, like, people that know what they're doing and can, like, design stuff well, that have, like, made merch before. She's a celebrity at Pitt. My ex's major can confirm. Sometimes psych majors just need to go to therapy, speaking as someone with one. I'm a psych major and sociology minor. There's definitely something wrong with me. Yeah, like, I majored in sociology, so clearly. All right. So while at Pitt, she was a member of the Sigma 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 sorority. Don't know anything about that. She worked for a marketing company after college that sold products out of a Sam's Club, and she became a top salesperson in the United States for the company. And she moved to Cleveland, Ohio to help start a new branch of the company. But then she quit because she realized they relied on a pyramid scheme model, which is, like, so real. Like, I'm not going to judge her for that, because joining a pyramid scheme as a fresh college grad, like, I've been there. I was in doTERRA. I didn't really lose any money. Well, like, I bought products, so I don't, that to me doesn't count as losing money, because I didn't expect getting it back. You know? But whatever. No judgment there. She began uploading skits to Vine in late 2013, also the year she graduated college. Oh, this is going to be a rough one, I can tell. I haven't talked that much today. So, she's one of the few Vine stars to be, like, a grown person with a college degree. I don't think having a college degree makes you a full grown-up, but I think a lot of Vine stars were teenagers, and there's a big difference between a teenager and a recent college graduate. I think neither one has a frontal lobe, and both of them need to be monitored closely. But in a mean way, if anything, that means she looked good. So these are some of her Vines. We're not going to watch this whole thing, but some of them are actually funny. I will say, especially like for the time, some of them are funny. For the skit comedy of 2013. Like, don't look at it through 2025. Look at it through 2013.
He hasn't texted me in 10 minutes. I'm so ugly. He is non-stop texting me. He's so clingy. Babe, does my butt look pink?
Of course not, babe.
What?
I'm sorry, it's big.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear man down.
Did I just hit someone?
I don't know.
So lots of collabs. Like, it's very 2013. The ancient text.
My ex and I made a sex tape. I should put it on Vine. It only lasted about 6 seconds.
She's very
Sometimes people are
millennial.
like, fuck you, and I'm just like, whoa. It's moving a little fast. At least buy me dinner first. Got your hat. God, I love your hair.
So how about that game, right?
Thank God the Steelers have LeBron James. Hey, yo! Where you going, hot stuff? You look like someone I could have sex with and not immediately regret it afterwards. Come on, let me treat you to a hot dog. Dumb, ugly bitch. Put some clothes on. Oh, my God.
See, like, it's 2013.
You know I don't like labels, Mom.
Casual
Yeah, you're 2 hours
AAVE.
late.
That was big in
Forget about
2013 Vine.
Trying to.
That was a core aspect of their quote-unquote comedy.
Sit up again. Hey, Bermuda, Jamaica. I should
Oh, not
really
the
wear
tanning
them.
bed.
I wear my sunglasses at night, hand in my armpits. I support natural beauty. I don't understand. Hey, have you seen Monica? She was here a minute ago. Your mama's so ugly, she probably has a hard time finding a date. We're sisters. Oh my God.
Like, that's funny. The We're Sisters? That's funny.
I the hater. I'm not a bucket of cheap tricks.
Oh, that's like another
Serious
Vine
right
famous
now.
person.
Put a fucking yams in. Excuse me, where is this lady's food? One more episode isn't gonna kill me, right?
Why did 6 seconds feel so much longer then?
New York to LA, getting high, rock and rollin', get a room, trash it. I met Gabbie back in February and we've been in
Best
love
friends ever since. A Pokemon card!
It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
What? I have a lot of loans.
I've been working out.
Yeah, you got big.
Thanks, Jason.
Gabbie got big too.
Thanks.
One thing that we are going to talk about a little more later. So 2 things actually. If you notice, she's collabing a lot with men. She collabs with men a lot more than women. That's going to be something that'll come up later. Another thing that's going to come up later is a lot of like the punchlines of her collabs with men is that like she's chubby or she's fat, which is why earlier I brought up her age, because like she just looks like a normal adult woman. Like she has the body of a normal adult woman. And I think that especially on social media, especially then, but also now, we were used to seeing like adolescent women's bodies, adolescent girls, honestly. Like teenage girls' bodies of being very petite and very thin was like what's prevalent on social media. Most of the like Vine famous stars like Tasia Alexis, people like that, they were very young girls, 14, 15, 16, 17. But like Gabbie Hanna was 23, 24. Like she is like just an average normal sized woman. Like she didn't read at all as chubby or anything to me, but like I remember them all making fun of her for being fat at the time, which I think is also very interesting.
Can I just give up for a while? My makeup looks terrible. Okay, eyes on the road. Showing some cleavage. Shit. I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch. To D or not to D. Welcome to Dating Advice with Gabbie.
You can see she had like a
Justin, what's your
normal
question?
car.
How do you tell if a girl likes you?
She doesn't. Instagram, are you okay? I'm fine. Sorry, what was that? I said I'm fine. I'm ready. How do I look? Kind of like a whore. Perfect. Thank you so much. Hurry up. Let's go.
That's funny to me.
I'm in love with an asshole. It's a new dawn.
Okay, so you get it. That was 3 minutes of Vine compilations. You get it. In 2014, she made a YouTube channel under the name The Gabbie Show. Her and a partner were in a web dance thing. After college, she moved to Los Angeles. She also worked with BuzzFeed and eventually was just focusing on Vine and YouTube. So like she was very much an internet star of the time, very much one of the top personalities of the time, very much well known, like working with BuzzFeed, moved to LA. Like, we saw tons of people do this. She was objectively very, very successful at social media during this time. Like, it's hitting all the mile markers of success. I did not realize that she had worked for BuzzFeed. There, like, wasn't much on there, but I did find her on their website. In a December 2015 video, someone on Reddit, I couldn't find the original video, but I found people talking about it, accused her of stealing jokes. In response to these claims, she said she never have and never will consider herself a comedian. Bo Burnham will be coming up again. This is a tweet of his that she copied. What kills me is, like, you can't copy a comedian because everyone's going to notice. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be funny, you need to copy, like, not famous people if you're going to copy someone. Like, if you want to get some laughs, you got to find the not famous people, copy what they're saying, and then bring it to the forefront because no one knows about them. Everyone knows about Bo Burnham. He's objectively very famous. So that was mistake number one. This is what she commented. Steal from the peons. Jesus fucking Christ. That's what I mean. Like, at this point, she's very well known. Bo Burnham's even more well known. So, like, she was trying to be like a Jenna Marbles vibe, but, like, Jenna Marbles is the OG and is the blueprint. This is her comment. Ha ha ha, I'd be lying if I said I didn't laugh at this. However, first of all, I'd like to say that I never have and never will consider myself a comedian. I'm just an internet person who tells stories about my life. Okay, that's kind of not true because her start was like comedic skits on Vine, what we just saw. You can't really tell a story about your life on Vine. Second of all, that Remember the Titans joke was tweeted a full 2 years later. His was in 2012, mine was in 2014. It might be possible that two people shared a similar thought. It's also possible that I saw the joke years before, saw the movie cover in Walmart, and thought, fuck, I forgot the Titans, without recalling if I initially saw the joke elsewhere, wrote it as my own. I'm a huge fan of all the comedians I mentioned. Blah, 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 blah. You get it. It's like a long-winded apology. The baby it's cold outside joke. There was a Louis C.K. joke that she took about Indian people, I guess. So, like, racism also. But the fact that this apology isn't for the racism, it's for the, like, stealing a joke from Louis C.K., who's also horrible. This is very telling of the time. I don't even want to read the whole thing because it's, like, not that exciting compared to the other things. So the only reason I even included that was just to show, like, she had kind of been getting into stuff very early on. Like, early on in her career, she was being called out or called in or whatever. Someone said she loves beef. Megan Hills, she loves beef for attention. I didn't say that, but I see your point. When Rice comes through her phone, we will be talking about that. So after Vine shut down, she focused on YouTube, as many people do. She was nominated for two Teen Choice Awards, and then she joined the Lip Sync Drop the Mic tour with other YouTubers. So again, like, she is one of the few that was able to transition a Vine career into a successful YouTube career. She's continuing to grow, she's continuing to hit numbers, and she is continuing to find what I assume financial success as well. I did watch back in the day when it was like her in her apartment in LA and she would do like hauls and PR videos and story times. I wasn't like an avid watcher of hers, but I did see a fair amount of those. In 2013, David Dobrik uploaded his first video onto Vine. He was very well known for doing collabs. Some of the people he collabed with was Gabbie Hanna, along with others that you've mentioned in the chat, like Liza Koshy, Jason Nash, who famously dated Trisha Paytas, a couple other people. They were called the Vlog Squad. It included other people as well. It wasn't really like an official thing, but it had like a core group and other people that would be in it as well. They got a Streamy Awards in 2019. Well, David Dobrik did. He said, I have a group of like 15. This is some random compilations of her in these vlogs. We're probably not going to watch the whole thing because it's long. I just want you to see the vibes.
Please tell you that Dom told me the other day at Liza's birthday.
This is
not
crazy.
Sexually attracted to me. Dom's one of those guys who you're just like, if nothing else, at least this person would fuck.
He's not attracted to you sexually.
He's trying to fuck me.
Because he knows you have YouTube subscribers.
But at the end of the day, if I like walked up to Dom,
see, like, she's
and, like,
literally a
Dom's
normal
gonna fuck
shaped
I don't
adult
think so.
woman.
even for the sole fact, I've seen seen what Dom brings home. Not even so much like, ooh, the Gabbie show. I have a vagina and he's Dom. He would fuck with me. I don't even need a vagina. I just need like a hole, like somewhere. How about this? We'll call Dom right now. See if he wants to hook up with me.
We can FaceTime him? Okay.
I have a serious question. It's actually serious. Would you hook up with me?
Would I hook up with you if I could convince you to like make videos with me and shut me up?
It's the cutest candies. They're shaped like cherries.
They're modeled after my ex-boyfriend. Your ex-boyfriend had cherries?
We've just been hanging out and Gabbie just keeps eating these chips. It is disgusting.
I had a bad day.
Tell us about your new friend.
Well, this is Barry Styles.
Barry Styles. Hi, Barry.
Like, I remember this room in her old
Where are you from,
apartment.
Barry?
Nantucket.
Nantucket?
Yeah.
Why'd you come here?
Well, Gabbie said she needed to be stuffed.
Ew. And thumbnail.
Yeah, I made it!
See, like, she's kind of giving pick-me humor, in my opinion. Like, she's hanging out with predominantly men and letting them, like, make fun of her, sexualize her, and all these things for views and humor.
Just hang out.
You're right, never mind. I'm gonna blindfold you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
You didn't tell me this was the deal. I thought we were just chatting like we normally do.
Boo.
Can we play a game like, is it fuzzy?
No.
Is it slimy?
No, like we can, no, I'm saying we
It's like she wanted to be Jenna Marbles or Grace Helbig, but she didn't know what made them funny. Someone earlier had a comment that really rang true to me. Also, can I just say, I miss the era where, like, influencers and YouTubers had normal-ass apartments. I know LA is expensive, and a two-bedroom in LA has always been expensive, but this is not a fancy apartment. But someone earlier said, it seems like she doesn't know why she's funny. Like, the times that she's actually funniest is when she's not really trying that hard to be funny, and I think that that's very true. She's very cool girl-coded. She wants to be accepted. That's, like, radiating. Not even so much that she wants to be accepted by men, but she wants to be accepted in general. Men are included in that, and I think she finds it easier to get acceptance in groups of men than women, is what I perceive here.
That's on.
It feels cute. It feels cute.
Go ahead, take it off.
Is it cute or is it scary?
I don't know, find out.
Cute or is it scary?
It always seems so weird to me that she was so much older than David in that group. That's a good point. How old?
It's not really mine.
Yeah.
No, this is one of those pranks where you make me cry out of happiness. This is my dream, right?
Yeah.
Look at him, he's my best friend.
He's a sugar glider, right?
Yeah.
And sugar gliders are from Australia.
This thing is pretty cute.
Oh, he got up on you.
I've never watched these people, but everything that's come out about these men has seemed really terrible. Yeah, there's a bunch of horrible stuff about David Dobrik. I don't know it. Like, I never watched David Dobrik or Vlog Squad. I haven't seen the majority of this. So that's why I was saying, you all in the chat, ugh, this fucking guy. Okay, we were talking about her for being old. This motherfucker's like 40. That is a grown-ass man. Timing could not have been better. So, like, her being 24, hanging out with 19-year-olds, little strange. A 40-year-old man hanging out with mostly 19, 20-year-olds should be illegal. Should be illegal.
The woman that told me the glider gave me all this. Glider needs attention every day or will become depressed.
That's my Twitter bio.
You get bullied in high school?
Yeah.
What'd they call you?
I get called a lesbian a lot, actually.
You're not a lesbian? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be better looking when I grow up.
Really?
See, she seems very insecure.
Everybody should love themselves just the way they are.
Okay, so you probably got a nose job, right?
Okay, so you get the vibes. Like, very much she was the butt of the joke among these men. She was briefly a part of the Vlog Squad. She abruptly left the Vlog Squad in 2017. And later in 2019, she said that she grew apart from David Dobrik and wanted to focus on writing and mental health instead of creating content with the group. It's like that meme, how do you do, fellow kids? David Dobrik is off-putting. Jason Nash is disgusting. Dude has 6 heartbeats left and he's spending them with 20-year-olds. So many of her videos from that time period have been made private or deleted from her channel. In 2017, she released a book of poetry. It did not do well. It did not do phenomenal. That's what I'll say. It received mixed reviews. It has 3.08 out of 5 stars. It did become a New York Times bestseller, but it also generated a lot of controversy. In 2019, a YouTuber posted a video that got over 1 million views that was titled Gabbie Hanna's Poetry is Bad. She said that the poetry was quite shallow and that Hanna had a very simple communication style. Not a good book, I tried. So the great thing is lots of people posted it online. We're going to go through some of these. Adultolescence. So like adolescence. What makes a New York Times bestseller? I feel like every book has that. Let me actually explain it right now. I actually know about this because I have family members that work in publishing and writing. So you have to meet a minimum number of copies sold in a certain period of time for your book to be a New York Times bestseller. So what happens to a lot of people who are famous before they become authors? So like authors that are famous for their writing, this does not happen to them. Lots of New York Times best-selling authors, it is a true achievement and they got there for their writing. A lot of famous people who write a book, when the publishing company says, hey, we want you to write a book, they say, we're going to guarantee that it's going to be a New York Times bestseller. How could they possibly guarantee that? They buy all the copies. Remember how I said you have to sell a certain number of copies? They buy them. Another very common way is the publisher says, we're going to send you on book tour, and every ticket comes with a book. Those count as sales because the publisher's like facilitating that. So some people that get on the New York Times bestseller list, it was basically just the business plan for them to be on there, and the sales were made through the business people doing it. A lot of people on the New York Times bestseller list, they wrote a book, people loved it, and it sold very well. There's a little symbol on the list. I think it's a little cross that denotes like which ones are organic sales. The organic sales don't have a symbol on them. The ones that are not organic sales do have a symbol on them. So Sheena Shea from Vanderpump Rules, who I've streamed about before, I actually went to her book tour. I didn't buy the book, but I listened to the audiobook. It was weird. She posted on her Instagram story, I'm a New York Times bestseller, and then she put like a little heart over the symbol. You know? So that's the New York Times bestseller lore. So this book, Adultolescence, let's read this poem. Cliches. I haven't read these, by the way. I copy and pasted them without reading it. Is it never give up on the one you love, or if you love them, let them go? Because these quotes are getting confusing, and honestly, I just gotta know. Okay. Because they say, when it's right, it's easy, but also that relationships take a lot of work. Most would agree on the first one, unless their loved one is a jerk. It doesn't have to rhyme. Like, it simply doesn't have to rhyme. It just doesn't. Like, poetry doesn't have to rhyme. They say that time heals all wounds, but also absence makes the heart grow fonder. How both sentiments could be true. Those are unrelated. Time heals all wounds. That's true. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's also, those are two separate, whatever. One truly has to ponder, so we should have a lot in common, or do opposites attract? I suppose that depends if you have similar interest to the chick with the awesome rack. Okay. Unexpected. Ladies and gentlemen, come have a look. Here at last, another YouTuber book. Just what we needed, someone to produce the tangible ego of a 20-something douche. Produce douche? That's a little bit of a reach. Is this a safe place? As a published poet myself, I hate rhyming poems that lack skill. These sound like they were written by ChatGPT, but this is before ChatGPT existed. Recess. Jacob and Emily sitting in a tree. Kissing. First came love. She didn't even write this. First came love, then came marriage, then came a stale and empty life as a result of the societal pressures to wed, which led to a semi-public affair and a severe case of alcoholism mixed with mental illness, followed up by a grueling 2-year divorce that damaged the kids emotionally and left everyone without a sense of direction or self-worth. That's funny. I don't think she's doing like a singing comedic routine and they sang that. That would be funny. I would laugh. She ate with recess. Like, it's funny. I think she meant it serious, like, and then came a stale and empty life. But like, I think it's funny. slam poetry night at my predominantly white institution. Is this about her parents? I don't know. I don't know if they're divorced or not. There wasn't a ton of info about her family, and honestly, it felt disrespectful to them to find it, because I was like, they don't want this. Chivalry. I'm not some no-brained bimbo, and I'm not some helpless girl. I'm fucking remarkable, and I deserve the world. I don't need you to open my door, but the gesture would be nice. I don't need you to buy my meal. The offer would suffice. I do need you to buy my meal. I'll be upfront about that. I don't need to be taken care of, but it'd be cool to know you care. She's like the CEO of, like, the bars on the floor. Oh my god, we're so behind. I really need to pick up the pace. I'm a holographic Charizard. I don't know what that is. Is that Pokemon or Harry Potter or something? Highly desired and rare. Yo, I even drop Pokemon references, because I'm fucking dope as shit. I'm good with just me. I don't need you, not even a tiny bit. It kind of sounds like you do need someone. Kind of sounds like you do. So that person that said her book was bad. Let's pick up there. So Oates posts book reviews. She published a parody of the book called Dog-a-lessence. She said, people aren't criticizing Gabbie's work because it's silly and contains wordplay. I particularly am criticizing it because it's lazy and poorly written. Other people criticized Gabbie's second book of poetry called Dandelion. That one has 3.24 stars. I didn't find samples from that. I felt like I had read enough of her poetry with those samples. So we're skipping ahead a little bit, but because it was relevant to poetry, that's why I left it in here. So following the release of her second book, she lashed out at her critics. She said, I think it's lame that a bunch of non-creative, insecure, neurotypical people dragged my poetry for months for views on YouTube and TikTok instead of creating their own art. She said that because of Oates' video, she was bullied and harassed for months. Oates said that her Instagram was removed after Gabbie Hanna's fans mass reported her. She can literally initiate a targeted harassment campaign against me and have my account removed, and she's allowed to do that and get away with it. Hanna called out Angela Oles, who runs an internet commentary YouTube channel, after Ola's accused Hanna of being a bully, and Hanna said that she thought it was weird that a grown woman constantly inserts herself into my life and situations. Okay, but Gabbie's a grown woman too. At this point, this is now 2020. Gabbie's fully a grown woman at this point. We are skipping ahead because it's on the poetry. So at this point, Gabbie's what? Close to 30? To be you're a grown woman? You can't call someone else a grown woman in this context unless you're under the age of 21. You know what I mean? Okay, so around the same time, she premiered a debut single, Out Loud, along with a music video. There are clips of the podcast crash outs.
One sweet but it turns out. Try to shake your indifference, but it's too late now.
God, I loved this song. This was my jam.
I see you.
I haven't heard this before right now.
You just couldn't fight for this, but it's not your fault. Say what you mean out loud.
This is a good music video. It's produced well. It looks very professional. This ain't down bad. Period. I agree. Gabbie Hanna had some winged eyeliner and a fucking dream. Her and her winged eyeliner were ready to fight everybody. And I respect it, because didn't we all have winged eyeliner and deep-seated anger around this time, you know? We are going to go into the Trisha lore. Butterflies went double platinum in my room. No, she has money. That's what I mean. Clearly, either she paid someone or someone with money thought this was a good enough investment. She did have some bops. That's what I mean. With a good team, you can make good stuff. And clearly, she's good at expressing herself. She's good at learning skits. It sounded like standard pop for the time, non-derogatory. I agree. I have no problem with this. It is very dramatic, but it is a music video that's pretty... For music that's rock is good in my opinion. Winged eyeliner and Closer on the radio. So that song's actually pretty good. That's cool. A few months later, she joined the Escape the Night, which was a web series. I knew about this, but I never watched it. It was an American reality television web series that documented vloggers inviting Joey Garcefa, a vlogger. I know that name, but I've never seen his stuff. Inviting friends for dinner and then trapping them in dark fantasy plots and murder mystery aesthetic. So it seems like a murder mystery game, but vloggers and you film it. Escape the Night lore goes crazy. Escape the Night lore does. We might have to have a stream just about Escape the Night, but apparently people did not really like Gabbie Hanna on Escape the Night. And what year is this? I don't know. Oh, 2017. So you saw the poetry, we went to 2020. Now we're back at 2017. You get me.
I'm here to rescue you guys.
Rescue us, you killed us. Okay, everyone stop fighting. I'm freezing. I look amazing, but let's figure this out.
Okay, listen.
That pretentious bitch.
Ooh, I know. All those outside their exhibit are burned to ash and sent to a final death in hell.
I've been told quite a few times that there's a special place in hell for me, so I don't think it'll be too bad.
I think that was kind of funny, though.
Oh, we did kind of do that.
Yeah, we did kind of do that. You know me and Gabbie haven't been getting along anyway.
So I set the urn down, and I'm not often wrong.
I don't know. Was
What
this
if I'm the
scripted?
monster?
Exactly. And I told her.
I love that meme of that lady.
Hannah.
Oh my god.
Whoa, I actually did not see that coming. Wow, an
She's gonna
actress.
be me.
For sure, but we loved having you here.
She's playing an exaggerated version of herself. That's what I thought. I felt like this video was really shady, but it was like a good compilation so you could see the vibes of the show. So ignore their stance. Brett Rock, that's who that person is. I knew that his face.
Okay, do it. I don't wanna. Okay. I see Colleen go, and she does Miranda, and he laughed. So I was like, I can do that. Check it out.
Boring.
It was partially scripted, I believe. Key moments were, but it was mostly improv. Okay, that makes sense.
Tana? Maybe the one who's responsible for all of this is the one who laid the onk on the mummy's lid in the first place, and that's Tana.
And of course, Gabbie and Tana gets the cursed ones. Like I said, our personalities.
Well, Gabbie was slowing us down anyways.
First in is Gabbie, the Hollywood star.
Okay, so you get the vibes of her on the show. She uploaded a video that sparked a lot of beef with the other people on the show. She said she exacerbated her issues with disordered eating while she was on the set. The senior producer, Joey Garcefa, I think I'm saying that right, I don't know though, and Preda, I don't know who that is, and a senior producer were the orchestrating duo behind the season. Hannah accuses the pair of ignoring her specific dietary request, dressing her in uncomfortable clothing, and unceremoniously killing off her character after a particularly bad argument with the director. By the end of the day, I was just like, okay, there's literally no healthy food. She says in the video, I pulled Daniel aside and I say, I understand that this is the first day, but please make sure that there's proper food tomorrow. I was very unhappy because I was fucking hungry, dude. Not eating enough and not eating the right food in the mental state that whatever I eat, one of these snacks, I'm blowing up 100 sizes. So I will say, as someone who's like kind of dramatic about food, it is really important for me to like have food that I like, that I'm going to eat, that's like healthy, so I like feel good and don't feel like garbage. But that's also why whenever I go to like a work thing, like if I'm going to like an all-day conference or something with like content creation with strangers, I bring snacks with me. Like I bring like a couple like chomps and some nuts and some maybe like an apple or something, just so if there is no food, I'm not like completely SOL. Because I'm like an adult woman, so like I can anticipate my own needs and then accommodate them. So, just a word to the wise. So, TLDR, it seems like no one really did anything that awful. She admitted that she was super demanding, and then the producer and the Joey Garcia guy uploaded a video titled Gabbie Hanna Needs to Stop, and he said that, like, she was the nightmare. She was very difficult on set. They said that they did get her healthy meals from Whole Foods. They literally specifically got food for her. She ghosted multiple wardrobes fittings. They had emails as backup, like they had receipts. And yeah, apparently she referred to an assistant as a dumb fucking cunt. He said there's never an appropriate time to use that language towards anyone. So yeah, it seems like she was kind of the problem with that. This article is giving strong foreshadowing. And so we are all witness to the latest chapter of disorienting drama from Gabbie Hanna. She has yet to respond to the latest accusations, blah, 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 blah. It's worth mentioning that her original indictment came from an unfinished video series on her channel that aims to document her various dust-ups over the year. It's called Confessions of a Washed-Up YouTube Has-Been. A, not really. She was still famous at this time. B, even if that was true, which, like, as someone who does the internet, if you are used to getting thousands of notifications a day of people being like, we like you, we think you're funny, that creates like dopamine and that's addictive. If that stops, that is something that I can see being very unsettling, and like that is a real thing that you could feel emotions about. The internet is not where you should put those emotions. Talking to like loved ones, maybe a therapist, that's where you should put that. Being like, wow, I got really addicted to attention on social media, and now I kind of hate myself because I'm not getting as much attention on social media. Like, I'm not judging her for being in that headspace, but like maybe we don't make a YouTube thing about it. And then also, like, do you think that's gonna help? Like, if you don't want to be a has-been, like, don't act like one. Like, what you say comes to life. I'm a very firm believer in that. So yeah. Where was I? It seems like the current rehashed storylines make headlines, and there's already another one on the horizon. There's great monetization potential to be found in embarrassing slow-motion public catastrophe. This will not be the last we hear from Hanna. It's hard to learn your lesson when the numbers keep going up. The foreshadowing on that, and this article is old. This is her lying in her video about it.
I'm here to rescue you guys.
Rescue us, you killed us. Okay, everyone stop fighting.
I know we saw this part.
I look amazing, but let's figure this out.
Okay, listen.
That pretentious bitch. Ooh,
all those outside their exhibit are burnt to ash.
No, this did the same thing. Let me find it again. I'm glad I put the title in there. I posted the wrong link. You can see I was rushing. Lying about escape the night. Okay, I found it.
Also brought up that I was...
Okay, there we go. Story about that.
Also brought up that I was extremely uncomfortable the first season. My dress was very restrictive.
She was on multiple
My
seasons.
dress was very restrictive. I couldn't lift my arm.
My name is Gabbie.
My dress was restrictive. Climbs a spider web in it. That was impressive.
One thing I liked about Gabbie is her and I talked early on. She's like, Adam, you got me in this dress and heels. Am I going to have to run? And I'm like, Gabbie, you are going to have to run and do all kinds of crazy things. And she's like, okay, I'm cool with that.
One of the things they promised was like, we promise we'll get you a really comfortable outfit. This is like literally playing physical sports outside in costume. I want to be warm and I want to be able to like move. I show up on set, literally the exact same problem where I literally couldn't move my arms. I literally couldn't move my arms.
Yeah.
Looks like you're moving your arms to me. The official promo.
Once again, I'm in heels, playing fucking sports outside in heels. Like,
wait, what did that text say? That was with Daniel Preda. You were literally blessed to go last that night. 75-mile-an-hour winds the entire night outside. We had to halt production for the next 2 days because of the Santa Ana winds. That's crazy. My hair and costume never would have made it. Walking from the interview to the trailer, I was shivering for like 20 minutes.
Like, I'm having so much fun.
You are?
Yay! I really am.
Physically and emotionally strenuous to be filming at night, doing physical challenges with all these other people. There's tons of moving parts. It seems like it was a tough work environment. And it seems like she was being kind of a diva in a tough work environment. and then tried to be like, this was abusive, when like nothing I'm seeing radiates as like workplace harm or anything of that nature. She co-hosted the revival of a Total Request Live. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm sorry Twitch is acting up tonight. I don't imagine this being the most professional set, but it kind of seems like she's a dramatic person in general. Oh, you guys were talking about her diet. People wanted me to include that, but the only stuff I could find about it was like hours long of like dietitians analyzing it, and I just didn't really have time for that. It seemed like also during this time she was kind of being like restrictive with her eating. People were saying she ate the same thing every day. Eggs, bacon, avocado for breakfast, grapefruits and whole watermelons for lunch, and then grilled chicken breasts for dinner. And she would like eat that same thing every day, which kind of makes sense of her talking about how she needed the certain foods. Because like my diva things, I need espresso in the morning. Like a regular coffee is not going to do it. I need an espresso, but I have become less diva with that recently. And then I'm like kind of a picky eater, and I need to eat 3 meals a day. And I don't feel like that's too diva of me. So in 2018, I skipped something. In 2017, stream is definitely glitching. No. I'll do a poll. Bad for you, glitch wise. Yes, no, kinda. I'm sick. Technology is sick. It's not the vibes. Okay, I'll give it a few seconds. We really don't have time for these shenanigans. She worked with a celebrity trainer as well. I vividly remember a vlog of what I eat in the day. Holy shit, talking about her diet revived a memory of her doing meal prep videos. It cuts a few seconds every 10 minutes, not terrible. Okay. I kind of want to blow my nose, but I feel like that's going to sound gross. It was glitching when I was watching Hassan too. Okay, so it's not even me, so I should just keep going, I guess. All right, let's keep it rocking. All right. In 2018, she released Monster, which went viral after a glitch in the song's audio distorted her voice.
Can you imagine though if you like kept every single person in your life that has ever been there? It would be impossible. You couldn't juggle it. What, your friends from first grade, second grade, third grade, and then in college and high school and every relationship you've ever had. You just can't hold on to everybody.
See, nothing's coming out, so it's not even worth it.
Monster came at a time when I was feeling like I was losing a lot of people, and it felt like a lot of different people in a lot of different directions, and it felt like I was doing something inherently bad or I did something wrong. And there comes a point, if you're having problems with people, where you kind of have to ask yourself, is it me? Am I the reason? Because sometimes it's hard to see things from another person's perspective. So that's just that self-analysis. Laying in the bed that I made all alone. Guess I'm not surprised.
She's not bad.
Honestly. Obviously, nobody else is here with me in this bed, but it's also supposed to be a
okay. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit closer to when the glitch happens.
I made this bed. I'm laying. They've always come and gone. I feel like ever since I was a child, whether it's like family or groups of friends or being bullied or relationships, it feels like it's a revolving door. At the time when I was writing this song, it didn't feel
yeah,
like
I have tried one side at a time. That didn't work. Sorry, friend.
Since then, I've realized that is a part of life, and sometimes relationships just don't work out because they don't work out, and it's not your fault and it's not my fault. It's both of us together that just doesn't work. So what if I'm the monster that's been here all along? They're dropping like flies whenever I'm...
So that glitch is what became a meme. Clearly what happened, and she explained this later, is that like she was so loud that the mic picking up her cut out, and then like a other mic picked it up.
So what if I'm the monster that's been here?
That's why it sounds further away, because it's a mic that's further away. So in an interview that this glitch happened and it went viral, it turned into a meme. Later, this is what she said. I'm so glad that didn't happen when I'm famous. Like, imagine that coming out when I'm nominated for a Grammy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I do not mean any disrespect, but this is after she said, like, oh, I'm a washed up YouTuber nominated for a Grammy. I really don't want to crush anyone's dream, but like a Grammy. Like Beyonce has those, I'm pretty sure. Imagine that coming out and she gets her EGOT. A what now? Even extremely talented lifetime musicians do not have a Grammy. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, girl. Yeah, so, fuck yeah, give us nothing. Oh, there it is. This is a compilation of memes of the monster thing. People were just editing it. What I will say is, like, I love that kid. She responded to this like so normal. Like she was like, it was a glitch. It was the microphone. Like it happens. They're really funny. These aged well. They're still extremely funny. I could have dropped my croissant. I love that these jokes are not offensive to her and just funny. That's what I'm telling you. That's why this is funny to me. Bring back this internet. Oh, she was not normal about it. She crashed over it at some point, being like, it was a glitch. I can really sing. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. But I mean, these memes are less offensive than her comedy. So I'm skipping ahead, but this still is about the monster shit. In 2021, Pop Buzz reported that Gabbie Hanna accused, I don't know who this is. I know they're famous, but I don't know how to say this. Gabbie Hanna? Who is that? I know they're important. Of copying her Monster music video in the song Sabotage. She said, gonna be completely honest, never heard of her, but now I will listen to her music. Great minds think alike. My actual inspo was Love the Way You Lie. So this lady, Bebe Rexha, who's a legitimate singer, seemed like she handled it super well. Like, I would have been like, fuck off. Like, I would have been like, get away from me. But she handled it super nice. Great minds think alike. This was my actual inspiration. And Gabbie Hanna replied, OMG, hey Angel, I didn't think much of it. Usually it's a director thing over an artist anyway. Haha, you're one of my biggest songwriting inspos. Love what you do. So whatever. And then her YouTube began to crumble. No, I think it was about the music video, not the song. Like the music video vibes. Her YouTube started to crumble. She was involved in a series of dramas. So let's get into it. 2017 was one of her first like major controversies. Also, earlier people were talking about the eating disorder stuff. I do feel a lot of empathy for her for the disordered eating. It seems like something that she has not shared a ton about, but it has come up before. And I think that I agree with you guys. That really does cloud your judgment for everything. If you're not getting enough calories, you just like start to go insane. Like your brain literally starts to eat itself and you lose mental capacity. Like, you know, when you go too long without a meal and you feel like brain fog, like imagine that times a million. So like I said, this is a trauma-informed space and we're being empathetic towards her. Like we also said, I feel fine laughing at the memes of the song because they're not derogatory towards her. Unlike the David Dobrik shit where it's like, you're fat. Like, that's not okay. So anyway, 2017, one of her first controversies comes when she faced a lot of backlash because she did like a story time about a former classmate who passed away following a drug overdose. But apparently she did not consult the classmate's family before posting the video, and then she ended up making the video private. And then a follow-up video that has also been made private was a conversation with a grieving mother and an apology, and she apologized. I'll just show you the beginning.
Matter on this channel, pretty light-hearted and fun. I don't really delve into too many dark topics or emotions, but for some reason lately, the past week or so, the same story keeps popping into my head over and over, and I can't stop thinking about the situation and this girl. And I tell a lot of fun stories, but not all of life is fun and easy, and I think that some of the more serious stories deserve
no sound or video. No. Your message failed to send. Damn. It's back. Okay. I am making an executive decision. I'm making an executive decision right here and right now. So buckle the fuck in. It's been an hour. We are only on slide 37 of 104. This needs to be a two-parter. I'm sorry. I don't want to like speed run through this. I also don't want us to be here till 10 p.m. It's also having some glitching, which is making us move a little slower. So this is simply going to be a two-parter. We'll try and come to like a natural stopping place tonight. Because like I said, there's so much to talk about. You guys are living history. Like, I'm not stopping right now. We're going to keep going. Christian nationalism will be the following week. Next week. Christian nationalism will be the following week. So Christian nationalism, instead of being on the 30th, will be on the 7th. We're going to keep going tonight. We'll be here our normal hour 45. We're not stopping right now. This is just me telling you I'm making an executive decision. I'll remind us at the end. So that means our trivia game is not going to be tonight. It'll be next week. Simply, there's just so much to discuss with her. Like, there's just so much to discuss, and I'm enjoying hearing you guys' perspective as well. So, yeah. Why did I think that was an ad this whole time? What was that? Some real teacher pivot professionalism. Because I'm just thinking, like, there's multiple videos that I want to watch the whole thing, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm just doing the math, and it's not mathing. If you're in line, stay in line, very much so. So we'll still continue for another, like, 30 to 45 minutes. And then next week will be Gabbie Hanna part 2, and then we'll do Christian nationalism. While we watch one of the videos, I'll put a little thingy up there saying it.
A little bit of time.
Oh, the Christian nationalism looks like an ad.
I think that the message of the story and the takeaway from the story is very important and could potentially help somebody. I do want to put this out there. I don't really know how trigger warnings work, but I feel like maybe this is one because I will be talking about drugs and death and suicide. I'm not going to be using any names out of respect for the family and the situation, and it happened so long ago. So I guess I'll just start from the beginning from my perspective. One day, we were in class. I was in band at the time, and the classroom phone rang, and the teacher went and he answered the phone. He got really serious. He got this really concerned, shocked look on his face, and he hung it up and he turned to us and he said, "Everybody sit down, be quiet. The bell's going to ring in a couple minutes. You're going to stay seated." And then he went over to the doors and he locked them. And we were just like,
sorry.
Oh shit, what is happening? And at first some of us were like, well, is it a bomb threat? Because we used to get bomb threats all the time, but then we realized that doesn't make sense because when we get a bomb threat, they evacuate us. And then we're like, is there some type of killer thing? Which means a whole other class period had passed. And still he said, stay seated. And I can't tell back to us that there were
It's frozen again? No. Lame. Okay, I'll give it a couple seconds while I try and finish this graphic that I was just making that wasn't loading, which is how I sensed something was wrong. I hate when We just simply deserve things to work. And they're just not. Sad. Should we call it here? I don't want to. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, image, that's what I want. Sorry, that was probably like very assaulting for that to pop up. Just, there we go. You look awesome, we just can't hear you. Incredible. You sadly looking at the camera and mouthing words and sending me. Merp. Are we back? Still no audio? I'm so glad you made the executive decision to turn it into a two-parter. Me too. I know Gabbie is involved in the stream glitching. It's like a group chat. Flashbacks to your roommate situation where you had to type T into the chat. Should we go to YouTube? YouTube is good. Let me see if I can get to fucking YouTube. Okay. Let me Google this Twitch down. This is like when the projector breaks at school. I just can't see the chat for YouTube, which is weird. I don't know. Maybe the CIA finally decided to put an end to your streams. Are we moving to another classroom? Sound is back. Sound is back. I hear, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Yeah. Twitch is back. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Cool. We'll do another couple minutes, another like 10 slides or so, and then we'll probably call it there because God wanted this to be a two-parter.
Ambulances outside of our school, and we're just like, and at this point a lot of us are panicking because we think there's some type of shooter or something, because that makes sense, like, okay, and let us go.
Maybe because
and
I'm
they wouldn't
sick, my
tell
voice
us
sounds
anything
high.
still. So we're just like, okay, we just sat in this classroom for like hours. There's
Okay, so she goes through this story. She wasn't even in the room. The family was not upset, or the family was upset that she posted that. She apologized to them. Then in 20, seemed that nobody believed her, although he did admit to grabbing her phone and breaking it. Hannah also told me about a prank home invasion. This is from an interview that was filmed for YouTube, and how she fully believed that her friends were being attacked by a masked intruder with a baseball bat. So someone like tricked her. Twitch saw people move to another app and suddenly things are working. Oh, but the voice thing is messed up here now. It sounds like I'm on helium. Interesting. That's good. The phone thing seems immature. So they did this like prank, but she thought it was real, and she said, I was like, as I think, you know, with the vlogging community, the longer you do it, the more extreme shit has to get in order to get the views. I was like, I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. She claimed that the video's ending had to be reshot because her original reaction was so severe that it couldn't be reliably used for laughs online. Hannah declined to say who made the home invasion video, though it's still online. It was David Dobrik, who did not reply to repeated requests for comment. So, 2018 and the makeup brushes. This is probably where we'll end, is talking about the makeup brushes. That feels like a good, like, normal stopping point. So she was one of a number of influencers promoting a set of makeup brushes from the brand Kenza Cosmetics that asked buyers to only pay shipping. So it was free brushes. You had to pay $10 for shipping. They were originally priced at $80. The deal was promoted by other YouTubers like Tana Mojo. At first, she refused to Hannah refused to apologize for the brushes following widespread backlash. And then she was like, I'm not sure what quality people were expecting, because basically people felt scammed because the brushes were shit quality and they took forever to get there. So here's a little bit on that. The Kenza brushes.
Let's talk about Kenza Cosmetics. For $10 shipping, it's $1 a brush. So when I got the samples, I liked them. They're soft. I said this is something that, since, you know, they're free brushes and you're ordering free brushes, so there's going to be a high order volume. So I was very confused why everybody was making such a big deal about
back at
not
this
getting
time,
their
Elf
brushes
was
yet,
$1 and
when
better.
the website was pretty clear about not getting your brushes for a while. So I emailed Kenza Cosmetics literally immediately, and I sent them the screenshots of the followers that I was talking to, and I said, are you aware of this? And they said, we don't know why people are saying that. We were very clear on the website about it being a long delivery time. And then I pushed further. I've been in conversation with them for a couple weeks now. Ever since this all started happening, I've kind of been on their ass saying what's going on. And then all these videos start popping up about me not caring about my fans and just trying to make a quick buck, and never having even held the brushes.
I feel like it's kind
before.
of a given that this would be scammy, not to victim blame.
Makeup look, actually. And now I've talked to several people who have all said that they got their brushes. And I guess my question is, where is all that energy that everybody had whenever people were accusing people of...
Someone said, did we cover the parents impregnating her with her brother's storytime clip? I've seen it, but never had any context. A couple people mentioned that. I have no idea what that is, so I can try and include it for next week. But, like, if anyone wants to chime in with what that is, I have no idea.
Scamming their audience, but then people started getting their brushes and nobody was publicly saying that they were getting their brushes. So now that we've established that it's not a scam, because it's not, the website offers a product, you pay for the product, and then you get the product. That is not a scam.
Yeah, you can spoil it if you want.
We can talk about the quality of the brushes, which I've already covered.
Oh, it was a dream she
I think
had.
that they're worth about $1.
Okay, that's why I didn't
and
include
that's
it.
why I felt okay advertising.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I couldn't find any, like...
brushes. These are actually very soft, movable, fluffy brushes that, in my opinion, blend very well. Now, are they these amazing, high quality?
Is they using no brushes to not stir the pot for me? No, I think she's using the Kenza brushes.
Said they were. What I said they were was free brushes, and all you had to pay for was shipping. So I'm not sure what quality people were expecting when they paid $10 for 10 brushes. And I'm genuinely sorry if anybody got their product and was disappointed in the product. But I would also add, manage your expectations a little bit. Because if you want really high quality brushes, you're going to pay a really high quality price. If you want to pay $10 for brushes, then expect to get some pretty useful run-of-the-mill brushes.
Manage their expectations is hilarious. Yeah, she was using the Kenzo ones to show that they like work. I don't think it's a scam either. People got the brushes, they were like, this is the way I feel about it. Is it a scam? No. It's $10, people got brushes, they took a long time, the website said they were gonna take a long time. Is this something I would promote if this company offered me money? No. No, because anytime something's free, oh, it was $80 and it's free. It was never $80. It was never $80. I wonder what she got paid too. It would take a lot of money. Like, I kind of agree with her. Manage your expectations, but also this is not something that I would promote. And then in 2019, she released this song called Butterflies. Her music videos have production value.
I knew who you were from the start. I just hoped you'd prove me wrong.
Like, this had multiple sets, multiple days, multiple hair and makeup setups. Grammy potential.
I could spend all day just picking you apart. So instead, I'll write a song. Said I wouldn't date for a while. Still I couldn't help but flirt.
It's kind of like how at discount outlets they'll have a tag saying was 200, now 40, but it never sold for 200. Exactly. I think the visuals to this are fun. I feel like she came up at the right time to get to do some really high quality creative project before influencers were everywhere. I agree. Her marriage. I didn't know she got married. I probably should have. I made this. This is a good that it's a two-parter because it's giving me other things to add. I'm gonna email myself. I'm the CEO of emailing myself. Now that you mention it, I did such a good job of decentering men on this stream because I really didn't mention anything about her dating life. So good for me. I stalked her this year. She's going the trad wife direction. She is.
Butterflies, butterflies, butterflies will break your heart. But if I knew from the
Okay, this is a good stopping point for us too. Say something nice so the sound comes back. I'll stick around for a couple minutes. All right, let me know if sound comes back. Okay. If you can hear me, I love you. Thank you for being here. Sorry today was kind of a shit show. It sounds like it's back. This was a pretty good natural stopping place for us anyway. So as you can see, most of her earlier scandals are like pretty not that serious and like non-consequential. We're going to pick up next week with the Trisha Paytas stuff, which like is a little more serious and consequential. Honestly, I think that this all worked out for the best. Some of this serious stuff, I had felt like I didn't have enough time today to really dive in and give it the level of detail and nuance that I wanted to. So, not the end of the world that this happened and technology was not on our side tonight. Next week, we will do Gabbie Hanna Part 2, and then The Rise of Christian Nationalism will be October 7th, which is perfect because it's very spooky, and that's for Halloween. And yeah, so if this was your first time here, I'm sorry that it was kind of a shit show, and we had a bunch of technology issues. Usually it's not a problem. I have a Mac desktop that you lovely people bought for me. I have it plugged into Ethernet like normally. We're good over here, but I think it's not even my computer. I think it might be something going on with Twitch. Someone saying that YouTube was fine and that other streamers were having issues. It's telling me it might be Twitch. So yeah, I will see you next week. I love you so much. We will pick up with the rest of this. I feel so incomplete that we didn't play the game, but I don't want to spoil things for you by playing it early. So yeah, I will see you next week. Love